So, because I don't have that many subscribers yet.
Yeah. Let me
All right,
just.
folks. Well, we're here. We're doing a little impromptu live session with the one and only Crypto Dragon. Can you say hi to everyone?
Hey guys.
You might have seen him already. He's been on JSNet4's channel a couple times. How did you actually get in contact with JSNet4? How did you? Were you watching his YouTube channel for a while beforehand?
Yeah, I've been following him for maybe um, about three or 4 months maybe, and I think I saw his mum was psychic, and I don't know, at that point he'd already started chatting with Michelle Whitedove. Um, and at that point, Spirit had already been working with me and giving me uh, giving me some coins and giving me some signs and various things like that. So uh, I thought, and I think initially I asked you, Luke, if you could reach out to him, because I was like, I didn't really know how to communicate, and then I just thought, oh, whatever, I'll just ask him. So yes, sent him a message on the live stream. Sent me his email over, told me to email him, sent him a message, and yeah, we just got chatting, and obviously I gave him some of my picks and predictions, and after a couple of them played out and came true, we went live together. So yeah, that's where that started.
Yeah, Joe's a cool guy. I've been following him for I think it's been a couple years now. I was following Bix Weir first, and then they did the three, like he mentioned Jason at four, or I think that's how I found out about him, was from Bix Weir's channel. But yeah, Jace, you can tell Joe's a good guy. You can tell that he doesn't really have too much of an ego or anything like that. He's not really trying to make a lot of money. He's just trying to help a lot of people.
Yeah, right. I mean, he gets a lot of stick from the trolls, and um, yeah, I mean, obviously he wants to make a bit of money, but I don't think he's like definitely not trying to scam people. You should see the amount of videos out there that are like JSNIP4 scam, and there's some really funny videos out there. There's even one person's made a JSNIP paddle fan video. So if you're stressing out in the dips, all you need is your JSNIP paddle fan. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think even if he wanted to pump coins for his own profit, I don't think he has enough followers. There's not enough money there for him to really pump coins.
Not with the big market cap coins. I think definitely there would be with something smaller potentially.
Right.
Uh, like almost, I think theta is not quite low enough, but there will be coins that he could have that effect with. But I definitely don't feel like that's what he's doing. He doesn't. He won't sell out at the top. He basically buys and holds. So he's not. He's not.
Right.
Maybe it does pump and dump because of him, but he's not actually selling out at the top. So that's not his intention.
So first of all, when did you get into crypto? Where did you first hear about it? I know we have a mutual friend that I got into crypto. Did you hear about it from him?
Not originally, no. Although he was partly responsible for me investing more in, perhaps, and also you was potentially. So I think originally it was a bunch of different people. I'm thinking of one guy in particular, but yeah. When did I get in? I'd say probably I was in about just around the same time, or a couple of months after our mutual friend.
Right. Yeah. So you've been in there. It's been, it's been a while then, at least a couple years.
Oh no, I don't think so. I think our mutual friend only got in last year.
Um,
It was only maybe spring of last year when we both got in, something like that.
oh, right. Right. Yeah.
Something like that, around spring. So that's how long I've been in. I've probably been watching JSNIP longer than that, and
Right.
Cliff High was probably the first person I came across, and I probably found JSNIP through his videos.
Right. Right. Yeah. The first time, for some backstory for me, the first time I heard of Bitcoin was actually Andreas Antonopoulos, who's he's like a computer programmer, security expert. He's really popular. he has a pretty big following on YouTube and like in the Twitter and like the community in general. He does a lot of talk. He goes around the world doing talks, and he was on Joe Rogan's podcast the first time. And that was the first time I heard of Bitcoin, was the Andreas Antonopoulos interview on Joe Rogan's podcast. It's like it's almost been 4 years now, 3.5, 4 years ago. So I first bought Bitcoin when it was at like $350. I started buying Bitcoin. It was definitely a process, you know. It was similar to when I discovered nutritional balancing science. It's like when I first discovered that, you know, it's all I read about and researched for like a year. So it was pretty similar to that when I discovered Bitcoin. You know, I bought a little bit of Bitcoin on Coinbase, and then I just sat there and just researched it and just got really into it just to learn, because it takes a while to wrap your mind around from a more technical standpoint, you know, to actually understand like mining and how the blockchain works. But once it kind of clicks, you're like, wow, this is incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was just a process of realizing it's actually better money. Because I used to be really into gold and silver, right? For some backstory too, I was buying gold and silver already because I was really into Austrian economics. You know, I realized how much in debt we are in, and the you know the situation with debt with basically all Western nations, and you know, studying Austrian economics. I was a big fan of Ron Paul. I actually voted for Ron Paul in the primaries when he ran as a Republican, and so I was just really into that kind of stuff, you know, and you know, understanding the history of the Federal Reserve and stuff. And then yeah, once you know, discovering cryptocurrency, discovering Bitcoin, it's like, wow, this is actually better money than gold and silver. It's basically programmable gold that you can send instantly from your smartphone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's no third-party risk and all those things. But so yeah, let's go into so if you want to share with people, what is your main holding right now? What is the main coin that you have most of your portfolio percentage-wise in?
Okay, yeah, great question. And just before I answer that, I just want to say, yeah, in terms of the gold silver thing, that was actually I have been in silver from a long time ago, actually, running up to 2012, where you know, potentially you know, things were going to change a lot, but they didn't particularly.
Right.
I think energetically, it's been a gradual shift, but. Had I seen Bitcoin and blockchain technology around that time, I would have probably invested, but I guess that wasn't my life path to invest at that time. And, you know, it would have been changed my life completely, and probably not for the best. I think I've come into it now at a more evolved state in my life, and you know, yeah, I really appreciate the experiences I've been through in the last 2 years, which I may not have done if I'd become a millionaire through Bitcoin. So,
yeah, that's really cool that you say that, and that you know that, because a lot of people don't have the wisdom to realize that. You know, a lot of people don't, you know, they don't become wealthy. They don't make money because they're not ready for it. That's what the universe doesn't want it for them yet.
Exactly.
Really cool to realize that about yourself.
Yeah, and I think that they're the people that are going to, you know, invest in something like Ripple when it's right at the top or something. So, yeah, I do believe energetically, it's, you know, we're being sort of yeah, guided, and I actually believe that I came, when I incarnated into this earth, before I came, my soul chose a very abundant life. And I think, yeah, I said, basically my soul said, God, if you're sending me to this poop hole, you know, I want to have, you know, some abundance and resource, and you know, look reasonably attractive. And I'll not say the joke that I said to my friend the other day as well, that I wanted. But yeah, I've got all the things I wanted already, actually, and working towards some of the goals, actually, for humanity and for basically to enrich the world. Now I've kind of almost got what I want. I'd like a nicer house with a bigger garden, and a Tesla, so I don't have to pollute the environment. But yeah, and then it'll be on to my sort of world goals that my soul came here to do, and that's to, you know, to heal and educate the people in the world, and heal the earth, and quantumize technology and living, and, you know, bring back all the optimum nutrition and optimum technology and optimum way of living, and you know, all of that, all of the good stuff. And maybe I was thinking a healing center originally, but now I'm thinking more of a consciousness center, because I don't want to bring loads of sick people and try and heal them. I think there's a few people doing that, and there may be a section of the center that does that. But ultimately, I think it'll be about bringing the most intelligent minds from around the world together to really optimize and quantumize. Basically living in the ultimate way, you know, like living in round houses so the energy circulates. Anyway, I'm not going to go on for ages and ages about that. We're kind of here to talk about cryptocurrency, so we can move on to that. Unless you want to give any feedback on what I just said.
Well, it's awesome that you're doing that, and it's really cool that you can kind of see it. Like, definitely more high, like crypto is like it's a higher frequency money, and more high frequency people are involved in it. You can just see it, and so it's really cool that the higher frequency people that want to do good on Earth are accumulating wealth through cryptocurrencies. That's very exciting for Earth, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
You
know, obviously there's going to be some corruption in there and some manipulation, and, you know, the Rothschilds and the elite bankers are getting the sticky fingers in there, and they're going to make a lot of money too from it. But I think the good that it brings should outweigh that, and you know, who knows where it'll go in the end. But there's definitely, when I tune into some of the coins, there's definitely coins that have higher frequency than other coins, like Bitcoin has a not very great energy at the moment, and whereas Litecoin has a higher frequency. You know, I was talking to one psychic once, and she saw it as the new light frequency currency. So yeah.
Right. So yeah, going back to the cryptos, what would you say is right now? What is your biggest hold? Your biggest percentage wise?
Biggest hold, that is, you know what, I haven't updated my blockfolio for quite a few reasons. One is that I've got so many coins now. I've got at least 30 coins, if not 40, and I like to diversify. I think everyone should have at least 5 different coins, because if one of them, you know, goes down, then you've got the other 4, and, you know, if one of them does really terrible, you know, potentially the other 4 is going to do well. And one of them might be a supernova coin. So I like to diversify. The other reason, so to enter all of those coins would be a nightmare, and I haven't had time to do it. The other reason is I don't want to be constantly looking at my blockfolio, because it's quite addictive. So I don't, you know, I've just purposely not set it up for now. But I do know I could create spreadsheets as well, but I'm a little bit slack with all of that. But I do know that I originally had a way higher percentage of Litecoin that went from perhaps maybe 50% down to 40, down to 30, maybe up to 35 again. And then now it's potentially somewhere around about between 20 and 35. And I may be lowering it more. Where I'd like my highest percentage, I'd like 40% Digibyte actually, but I currently have quite a lot of money stuck in Veritasium and quite a lot stuck in Populous. So I'd say, if I was to say, I'd say maybe I've got 30% Litecoin, 20% Veritasium, 20% Populous, gosh, where am I at? It's, you know, I'm struggling to answer that question, but
well, you just your top 3, like your top 3. So your top 3 right now are probably Litecoin, Veritasium, Populous, and then Digibyte would be like top 4.
Yeah. But that, I'm not happy with that at all, and I'm actually I could actually do with a bit of help getting my Veritasium out of the Ether Delta and MetaMask because it seemed I'm having major issues with that application. Doesn't seem to be working very well for me. Not that it does for anyone. So yeah, so I'm looking to basically, if I was to say my ideal portfolio, I think that's a more relevant question perhaps.
Right.
My ideal portfolio would be 40% Digibyte, 20% Litecoin, so that's 60. Then I would have probably 10% Redcoin, 10% Stellar. Well, no, I probably have 5% Stellar, and I hate to say it, but at this moment, 5% Ripple. And then I'd have like at least 5% Bitcoin Cash and at least 5% Theta, if not more. And I would be increasing the Theta in a few weeks using either some of the Litecoin, or if Digibyte's already gone up loads by then, I would be using a little bit of the Digibyte potentially to go more heavily into Theta, at least 10%.
Right, right. Yeah, I've right now I'm at like 4% Digibyte and like 2% Theta. So I
Yeah.
think that I right now I'm like 60% Litecoin.
Mm.
So I do think I want to sell some of the Litecoin and put it more into Digibyte and Theta for sure because I'm too heavy in Litecoin.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely
Right.
too heavy on Litecoin. I mean, Team Litecoin and all that, and we love. Well, no, I don't love Litecoin. I try not to get emotionally attached to any coin,
Right. Right.
but I did like the coin. It's just Charlie's not doing a very good job. It's all like at one point he was almost like he was like being paid, or he was told that he had to suppress the coin. He was, because the information it was releasing was just really bad. It was like it. I mean, like he's not a stupid guy, and to be saying the things that he was saying just didn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and the whole thing where he sold his coins at the top didn't help at all.
No, I think that he's not. Either he's just really stupid, or he's some that for some reason he's not promoting Litecoin as well as he could be. Whether
Right.
whether whether he's been told that it can't go up that quickly, or whether he's being paid to do that, or God knows what, really.
Right, right. Yeah, I do worry that Litecoin follows the same roadmap as Bitcoin Core, which I
Mm,
do, which I agree with a lot of the psychics that I think Bitcoin is being controlled and it's being undermined, which is why we're both more bullish on Bitcoin Cash, is because it's what Bitcoin was intended to be.
yeah,
Right. So I do worry about that. That Litecoin it's basically just it's a clone of Bitcoin Core. It has nothing really unique about it. Just the fact that it's a little bit faster, but it follows the same roadmap as Bitcoin Core. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right. So yeah, both me and the Crypto Dragon, we definitely agree that we've been talking a lot about Digibyte. I feel a lot of good energy about Digibyte.
mm, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Um, One thing is, like, if you watch interviews with the team, they're very smart, they're very well spoken, and they have a clean aura about them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I like their team a lot.
yeah. I do like to look at the team and tune into them.
Right.
Definitely.
One thing I also like is I'm starting to kind of see the hype wave. Like if you go on Twitter, there's more people with Digibyte in their Twitter handle. I feel like there's more people becoming aware of it. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. I was in Digibyte actually right at the start when I first started investing, probably like 2 months after I bought this, Digibyte, and it was around when it was mooning, and I was on. That was back when Poloniex had a chat window, and gosh, that's all people were talking about in the chat window. It's like Digibyte to the moon, Digibyte, and I was like, wow, this is like, and I was just thinking, God, this must be like a scam because people are just like so hype about it, and um and people were calling it, a scam because obviously it was just getting so much hype and it was getting pumped massively. And yeah, well, I don't know if I made any money in it back then, but I think I didn't make much, but I didn't lose anything.
Right.
Just it went up and then it just dumped. Well, it dumped back down again, but um, yeah, it's had some really nice moves in the past, and it's definitely got a very good following. And it's just got, it's got stuff to get excited about because it's faster than Litecoin, and it's more secure than Litecoin, and it's, everything's there to get excited about, and the risk to reward factor is phenomenal, really. So it's all round for every reason. It's just
Right.
such a great coin.
Yeah, and people talk about how like Litecoin is faster. Digibyte is the fastest version of Litecoin you could basically build.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And they have a solid roadmap where they're going to fork to. It has a. I think it's built in already. They're going to hard fork like Bitcoin Cash is doing to bigger blocks. If so, even if it does get full, they're going to follow the Bitcoin Cash kind of roadmap, and they're going to fork to bigger blocks. Whereas I doubt Litecoin will ever fork to bigger blocks.
mm,
You know.
yeah,
So yeah, so it's scalable. It's the tech is amazing. It's the best Litecoin type. There's different types of blockchains that Bitcoin and Litecoin are a certain type of blockchain. It's the fastest type of that blockchain you could basically build. You
yeah.
know? So yeah, both me and the Crypto Dragon, we're super bullish on Digibyte. I need to allocate more of my portfolio for sure. Toward
Yeah, definitely. That's
right.
definitely what I'd be doing. I'm like really sort of feeling really sort of not good about only having, um, gosh, I've only got, well, I don't know if I should say that, but let's see what I've got in here. DGB, where are you, DGB? Oh, it's gone down in volume a little bit, perhaps. Um, a bit lower down on the thing in Poloniex. Yeah, I going on there. Yeah, I've only got 0.747 of a Bitcoin, so that's not not nowhere near enough. Um, yeah, I definitely need to increase that, and yeah, I don't know what to do to sell some Veritasium for that, really. I mean, I've already sold quite a lot of my Populous for various other projects on Binance that Spirits told me to buy. So I've sold off a lot of Populous. And then Veritasium, it's just like so low now. It's like, do I
Yeah,
sell them or
yeah, it's hard to sell. It's hard to sell some now.
right at the bottom? Yeah, but I always say to people, even if a coin's like gone halved in value and it's at a really low point, if there's a coin you really feel like is gonna do really well and recover quicker or go up quicker, then there really isn't any harm in swapping over to that other crypto and cutting your losses on the other one, so I'm going to be doing that with at least a third of my Veritasium because currently it's Veritasium's like maybe even 30% of my portfolio. Originally the Populous was 40% and Veritasium was 30%, but now Veritasium's 30 and Populous is probably 25 because I could sell that easier, and it was just really annoying me the fact that it's been so heavily manipulated. And I know you like Veritasium and Populous, and I love the tech with those. I love the concept and everything, but I consider them as securities because of the fact that they get targeted by a lot of FUD, and they're potentially a risk to the elites and the bankers and various different companies, so they get heavily targeted. So you could at any moment that could get flooded and really heavily knocked down in price, like it basically has done before. And actually, Spirit told me to sell out my Populous. It showed me that basically we was with our. Do you want to give any feedback on that before I continue to talk about?
Yeah, I do think it depends what you want, and every investor is also different. Populous is more of a like a passive income token. So I agree. I don't think that Populous, for example, will moon as much as Digibyte, or some of these other coins. Uh, I think that's for sure.
Yeah.
Partially because of the market cap. It's a bigger market cap, so it's not going to move as much. But also because it's not a blockchain. You can't build on top of Populous, and so it just has a different use case, and it's also for a different investor, I think. I think some of the coins that you're invested in, like the Red coin and the Digibyte and the Theta, those will outperform Populous and probably even Veritasium, just because they're they're more blockchain based, they're smaller market cap, and those are more like utility. Well, Theta is more like a utility token, but it just kind of depends on what you want as an investor. Do you want to get the maximum percentage of gains? Do you want passive income where you don't really have to worry about you can get monthly income, so you don't have to worry about other things as much? Do you want a mix of that? I like Populous mostly just because of the passive income aspect. And then, one thing that you can do is that, like, say you're earning 3% on your money a month, you can take that money that you're earning with Populous and you can put that money back into other cryptos if you want. You know what I'm saying?
But also on a flip side to that, you could make an extremely lot of money in coins like Digibyte and Red coin, and then flip it into Popular and get your passive income. And that, what my feeling on that, me and Spirit, I feel like that's probably the way to go, at least for me anyway. And, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, really, but
yeah, that's a good strategy as well. Is that you go into these other coins that you think will outperform things like Populous, and you're basically treating so you should have a list of coins that I think that you want to take profit into, right? So it's like your goal is to accumulate. So you could trade out of Populous, go into something like Digibyte, and it moons more, then go back into Populous, and then you have more Populous for the passive income than you would have beforehand.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's potentially also better to wait till coins like Populous have stabilized more and got more what's it called, publicity, and and then then it makes the coin more stable, obviously, and then potentially less of a risk and more likely to go up. Because a lot of psychics do see it going up. They see it like a tower just being like silently erected, and that it's suddenly huge, and no one even saw it coming. But it's this huge, massive tower that I don't know. It just feels like it feels like a little bit of a risk to me, and I just hate seeing the manipulation that's going on in it. And that's not even necessarily from the people that don't want it to succeed. That could be even internal manipulation from the guy who trying to make more money off people, and I really don't like that. I don't think Reggie particularly does that for Veritasium, but the Populous guy potentially is a bit dodgy. I know there was that FUD about him being a bit dodgy. He's probably not that dodgy, but he's probably still is dodgy. So yeah, a lot of people don't get a particularly good feeling from it psychically.
Right. But you could also say that about like a lot of projects you invest in. Like, for instance, like the guy that runs Amazon isn't the best person, but again, if you would have bought Amazon shares 15 years ago, you would have made a lot of money. You know what I mean?
And it's the same with Ripple, like it's
right.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's like and what I'm trying to tune into as well. Is it bad karma to invest in coins like Ripple and Pawn Coin and all of these, like weird coins, should
Right.
be invested in like more ethical coins that, don't use mining as well, so we're not polluting the environment. I'm sort of very, very aware of that, and trying to be mindful around all of that.
Right. And it also depends how much capital you have at stake, right? If you're starting off with a little bit, like right now, if you're listening to me in the Crypto Dragon and you can only invest $50, I would say basically put all that money into Digibyte, or at least most of it into Digibyte, because you're only starting with $50, right? And it's a
Yeah.
smaller cap coin. You're probably going to get excited about crypto because it's going to go up faster than anything else, and it has a nice risk reward, right? But like for someone like me, for example, I have a lot of skin in the game, so it's going to be difficult for me. Like I can't really maneuver my portfolio. It's not even really viable for me to maneuver my portfolio like someone that only has a little bit of skin in the game. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's not. It'd be very difficult for me to go heavily into to basically liquidate my portfolio to go heavier into smaller coins, right? I would actually, if I liquidated all my crypto and like put it on the Fed or something, I would move the market. You know what I mean?
Really? Yeah. Wow.
Right. I'm not a whale, but some of the smaller cap coins would definitely move it at least a little bit.
Yeah, but you wouldn't move it when you sold Litecoin though. You'd only move it when you
Right.
bought.
Yeah. Definitely with Litecoin, I wouldn't move it. Even with Digibyte, Digibyte has quite a bit of volume. Even if I went all into Digibyte, I wouldn't move
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe worth just starting to accumulate your theta now, really slowly over the next
it. Right.
few
Right.
weeks. What I'm hoping is to do a few like, I'm not into trading, but I'm hoping there's I can do a few swing trades basically. I was hoping Litecoin was going to go up before Digi, but that's not what's coming through now. I think Digi is going to continue to keep moving very nicely. So I'll probably move some of my Litecoin into Digi, and then I feel like Digi should go within the next like week or two, basically. And then I'm feeling like Redcoin could move a little bit after, maybe in like 3 weeks. So if Digi's moved by then, I'll move a little bit of Digi into Red if I'm heavily into Digi by then, which I should be because I'm going to put some Litecoin in there and some Veritasium into Digi. So hopefully it'll go. Digi will moon first. Maybe Litecoin's kind of mooning at the same time, but it's not really going to be that fast. So then I'll be selling some Litecoin and some Digi into Red, and then I think Theta should move in maybe like 4 weeks. So then I'll move maybe some of the Red and some more of the Digi and into Theta and yeah, Quant Stamp. I really like Quant Stamp, but I've got enough of that already. So.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll sell some. Maybe I should get some Quant Stamp. I don't have any of the Quant. How do you say it? It's Quant Stamp.
Quant Stamp, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting tech. So what it is, you guys? It's a coin where you can use the coin to basically, from a tech standpoint, it's a coin that you use and you have the coins, and that allows you can like basically give the company the coins that you own, and then they'll audit your smart contracts. We don't actually give the company; it's automated. Actually, they have some sort of automated process where they have an automated smart contract auditor where you give the machine or you give it your coin, and then it audits your smart contracts for your business or your project. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely an interesting coin, interesting tech.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know, but the guy on the beach, Mr. Palm Tree. I don't know if we can talk about all of this stuff. I'm not sure if you're allowed to mention things like this, but yeah, the guy on the beach, full of palm trees. He released a 100x on it. Basically, he sees it 100xing, and I don't even know if he means to buy it and buy it unless it's 100x to still buy. I mean, I know he released buy Litecoin up to $1,000, and so anything under $1,000 on Litecoin is still a buy. And yes, I don't know quite what he means by the 100x on Quant Stamp, but I think that's I don't think he's released anything so bullish really before.
Why is he so bullish on it? Just the tech or what?
Um, well, I don't know how his team works, but
Right.
um, I've heard he's pretty accurate, and yeah, I know.
Right.
Well, I know he's pretty accurate, but not not the best thing. In that, the things get pumped, you've got to get in quick, or you've got to wait after it's been released. So it's it has a pump and dump effect, even if they're not aiming for that. But yeah, I suppose it's just got potential because it could be used to, to assess every coin in the whole blockchain potentially. Although one psychic says about it that she doesn't actually see uh, the text doing everything that they say it is, or something like that. That she says still it will do very good from a price perspective because everyone loves it and the community loves it. So the price will do very well, even though perhaps the the tech isn't all there or all right in the right position or something. Or yeah, I don't know what she was saying, but
Right. Yeah, I think you also have to realize what kind of investor you want. So now it depends like how much capital you have at stake, but what kind of investor you are. Like, so not everyone's like the crypto dragon, right? He's tuning to these coins. He's getting told to put like. Not everyone wants to. A lot of people don't want to take. First of all, they're not intuitive like that, right? So they don't have. They can listen to someone like you, but on their own, they're not receiving that much about the coins, and also I think a lot of people don't want to be moving their coins around that much. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right. So I think you have to kind of decide what kind of investor you're definitely like. I think the crypto dragon definitely looks more for percentage gains, and he is also has a strong intuitive sense of the coins, and so he's doing a lot more flips and swing trades than maybe an average person would. Whereas me, I'm a little bit more focused, I would say, on fundamental analysis, and I want a little bit more of that passive income. For instance, like with the PPT, even if PPT stayed where it is, I basically, even off 3% a month, I basically am making enough money to live off of, which is a big deal for, right? Having enough passive income to live off comfortably, even if PPT never really mooned a lot. You know what I mean? Even if it just kept up with the rest of the market
yeah.
or went down a little bit, that's still enough passive income at 3% a month for me to live off of. So that's a big deal for me. So it also depends like what's your appetite risk. Um, for most people, it's like you probably want to take a hybrid approach. You probably want to have some of the coins that you don't really move around much. It could be something like Bitcoin Cash, a Litecoin, uh, maybe even Bitcoin. Some of the bigger cap coins that you don't move too much, and
Hmm.
then you can take more risk with some of the smaller cap coins like Theta coin we like a lot, or Digibyte's kind of in the middle, I would say.
Yeah.
That's one reason why we like Digibyte so much. It's a perfect blend of it's not a top 10 coin, but it's got really really solid tech and fundamentals, and at the same time it's cheap. That's one reason why we like Digibyte so much
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't consider Digibyte as a security at all, especially if you was to get in now. I really feel like that could quite easily be 40% of your portfolio, and that's from not even from a
Right.
psychic perspective. With the addition of the sort of the my psychic ability and following what all the other psychics have said, not just my psychic ability, but that of many others, all saying huge things about Digi. I just don't feel like I feel like it just doesn't feel like a security to me. It feels like a
Oh, it's not a
huge.
security. Yeah, it's a cryptocurrency. It's the same tech as Litecoin or Bitcoin. So I can see.
Well, I don't know if I'm using the security in the right way. I mean a risk. Um, well, I mean when I say security, I mean a risk to the portfolio. Does that
Oh, I got you. So yeah, okay, like a liability kind of. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
liability. Okay, sorry, I was using the wrong word. So that's what. So
Oh,
liability.
I see.
That's gone.
I thought you were referring to like stocks. Like stocks are securities because they represent equity in a company.
Okay, yeah. I probably used the wrong word.
I got
So when I was talking about Veritasm and Populous as well, I was saying that I see those as a liability. Um,
right, right.
you know, in the because of because of the potential for targeting and FUD and all of
Right.
that, and also the tech just not working quite right as well. Like a few psychics have seen Populous not doing what it was intended to do with these contracts, and that they're going to have to work out another way of creating the passive income. There will be something good around the passive income, but maybe not the way that they originally thought.
Right.
Yeah. So, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, we'll see. I think some of the companies, like the utility tokens, might be even longer term because it's not right now, but at some point we will reach blockchain saturation.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of the year, where like, we have all these blockchains, right, that you can build on top of. People don't realize you can build on top of Litecoin, you can build on top of Bitcoin, even you can build on top of Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, you can build on top of, EOS, you can build on top of Digibyte you can build on top of. And so I
Yeah.
do see a situation where once, like a year or two from now, where we have these blockchains that have scaled and there's not as much room for new blockchains, and then it'll be more of a platform sort of thing, like Google, or the best example is Google. Google doesn't is not the internet. It runs on top of the internet, but it's a platform. So I could see Populous and maybe Veritasium 2 or 3 years from now being really big platforms where they're not blockchains, but they can run on any of these blockchains. But the blockchains won't go up as much because we won't really need any more blockchains because they've already scaled and that we've already figured out the winners. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. What I'm getting actually, what I'm receiving in this moment is that, Populous and Veritasium will start to go up as well at that time because of that, because obviously the platform coins will be saturated. But another reason is the market will hopefully have matured a lot by then, or well, what I'm getting is it will have matured a lot by then, and thank God, because yeah, it's, you know, it's not that mature at the moment, and I think that's when these more real coins will start to do well. At the moment, people are just like, okay, grab as much money as I can and buy a Lambo kind of thing.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people don't realize how big it is. It'll affect every part of our lives. Even stocks are outdated. Stocks will be done on the blockchain. You know what I mean? Because you can verify they actually own stocks in a company. So you'll be able to buy Tesla stocks, but instead of actually it just being electronic, you don't actually know if you own the stocks or anything. You'll be able to verify, oh, I own X number of Tesla stocks
Yeah,
on
right.
the blockchain.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'd potentially buy some Tesla stocks.
Yeah, yeah, I'm bullish on SpaceX too. I'm bullish on SpaceX for sure.
Yeah. In fact, there's a psychic called Sharon Michelle, and she's my favorite psychic actually out of.
Oh, really? I've never checked her out. Is she on YouTube?
She's on YouTube. Yeah, the YouTube channel is the Gulf Captain, Sharon Michelle. So yeah, you should be able to find it. If
What's it
anyone,
called?
just let it in the comments section. We'll post a link. But yeah, she's very humble. She doesn't actually charge for her work. She's the only psychic that doesn't charge. She takes Litecoin donations if you want. And well, I don't charge at the moment. I just got donation basis on my Patreon, which I'm so blown away. The Patreon account's only been live like 4 or 5 days, and I've already got 150 Patreons, and they only had to donate $1, anything from $1 onwards. Some people have been paying like $20, $30, or even $5 or 10. And from 150 Patreons, I've got $620 within 4 days. So
Congratulations, man. That's good.
yeah, and that's a month. So that's really beautiful that people appreciate my work, and they've just chosen to, you know, to support me in that. I do spend quite a lot of time in the markets. You know, I've been spending at least 3 hours a day in the markets every day for the last maybe about 5 months now,
Right.
tuning into different coins, researching different coins as well, and on from a technical perspective as well. So I'm not just tuning into them energetically and psychically. I'm, you know, researching them a little bit as well, and you know, following a lot of YouTubers that do TA as well. Just, you know, just to be, and also, you know, like I can use the psychic ability to get guided towards the right TA videos, and I can ask, okay, is this TA, the technical analysis video, correct before I even watch it? So that means, you know, am I going to, you know, I don't have to waste my time watching a TA video that might not be right. But then if I get a yes, it's right, then I can use that TA to work out some entry and exit points. Although, you know, I'm still not great at that. And the spirit will also tell me, it's very good at telling me buy points, but not so great at telling me sell points. I haven't quite worked that one out yet.
You're saying the spirit wants you to hodl.
Yeah, right. Yeah. In terms of the spirit connection as well. I mean, like I will get told coins as well. I mean, I was the first one to channel red coin. And actually, the evidence of that is on your Facebook group. You know, way back when, if you go through, well, actually, yeah, you know, you no longer have that Facebook group, so that can't be found. But and
Yeah,
if it did,
yeah. I remember saying talking about red coin.
The reason why I say that as well, if it did, it would reveal my name because I posted it with my own name. So that's why I just stopped there. And I was like, okay, I can't actually say that. And it's a good job that group doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, but actually, I think you probably remember it like maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, probably 3 months ago now, I posted about red coin. Do you remember? And
Yeah,
Prime. The actual post was about Prime Coin, but then it said underneath red coin. And those were two coins that Spirit gave me. Actually, I heard the name. So that was before Michelle Whitedove predicted red coin. Before any psychic predicted red coin. The reason why I say that is because there's a few people been saying that I copy the other psychics. No, I don't do that. But what I definitely do is reference my work to their work, so that I'm like more confident about my prediction. I'll go and check whether they're saying the same. But I definitely don't copy, you know, the other people. And you know, even if a psychic was to copy my work and look at what my coins are and tune into all of my coins and feel which ones they like out of the ones that I feel, it wouldn't be the end of the world really, because then it's just helping the people, you know. And instead of each psychic having to trawl through all of the different coins, you know, we can potentially, I don't know what other people's views on that is, but anyway, red coin and prime coin were ones that Spirit gave me, and prime coin actually went up 300% since I released that, and it went up 250% in the space of basically 7 days. It went up 300%. Within 2 days, it went up 250%. And just before it did go up, I did buy some more. Spirit told me to buy some more while it was going up. Actually, I'd actually sold a bit before it went up, but then I saw it going up, and then Spirit was like, "Buy it back quickly." I don't know why I sold it. Anyway, and the red coin as well. Red coin, Spirit gave me that, and the other one that Spirit gave me was actually as a vocal thing. I don't hear a voice. It just comes through as like a knowing. I'm just thinking, and then so I was in a ceremony actually over in Peru. In a sort of, well, let's call it a meditation ceremony. And I was thinking about crypto. And basically I was like, oh, you know, it was in March or something, February, March, and I was like, worried about if it was going to go up and it's going down, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on here? I'd like to make some money, and I'm like trying to channel what to do, and then Spirit's like, you're supposed to be meditating and you're supposed to be healing, you're supposed to be in a ceremony. What the hell are you doing thinking about crypto? But basically, all you need to do is buy Dragon Chain and just right now, just shut up and that's it. Just buy Dragon Chain and forget about it and go back to meditating properly. So yeah, so that was funny. I got told, but I do spend a lot of time. I do spend way too much time in this whole thing, because I'm trying to save, probably trying to become really abundant and save the world and have a really great life.
I mean, I do the same thing too. I spend too much time on it, but it's I mean, it's worth it. I mean, it's been worth it for me to spend a lot of time on it.
Exactly. If I can work my ass off now for like another 3 months or another 2 years, then potentially, that's it, retire for the rest of my life, or at least have the financial freedom to retire, but then follow, still working, but just only in the things that I enjoy. So I can still do my healing work, my nutrition work, my dance facilitation, and all of these things that I like to do, but I can either do them for free or I can do them without having to charge much, or I just, or whatever, just
Right.
have that freedom.
Right. So you're pretty bullish on Theta token long term. Do you think it's actually going to do what Michelle White Dove thinks it's going to do?
Well, the reason why I'm bullish on it is I haven't tuned into it massively myself, but I do really respect White Dove, and I think she's a very clear and what's the word? Just a very good psychic, basically. She's you can if you want to go on her website or YouTube, you can actually watch videos of her. She wins the World Psychic Challenge or something, basically, and she's very, very, very good at what she does. Like, you can see her like really like using her skills very, very, very well, very effectively, and
Yeah, she's quite good in my opinion.
I just want to say, if there's any like disbelievers out there, or trolls or whatever, whatever you want to call them, because I might post this on my Patreon, which is Crypto Dragon, by the way. If anyone wants to have a look on there. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, so. Well, my first thing that I'd say is somebody did an interview with one of the Rothschilds a while back, or some elite banker anyway, I can't quite remember, but they said, do millionaires use psychics? And he said, no, but billionaires do. I think it was psychics or astrologists, one or the other. I think it's kind of the same thing, really, or maybe they said both. But yeah, the fact is, he had a little joke, and he's like, but yeah, definitely, millionaires and billionaires do use psychics and astrologists. That's one thing I'd say. And the other thing is, Princess Diana, she used psychic mediums, and she had spiritual advisors, and there's a couple of psychics that went in and did a whole like episode on Diana, and they talked to some very well-known friends and colleagues of Diana, and they did a whole reading around that. So you can learn about the psychic phenomenon, and hopefully get an idea of that it is actually real and it is actually effective.
Right. And what I would advise people is you should listen to as many sources as possible.
Exactly.
I follow Crypto Dragon. I follow Michelle White Dove. I follow Jason at 4. I'm a big fan of Cliff High. I follow Big Swear. I follow my own intuition, my own fundamental analysis. I follow a lot of guys that do TA. Like, I like high altitude investing a lot. I like his TA. Also, high altitude investing.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, I do like him.
Yeah, he's a cool kid. I like him.
definitely.
He's very good at what the TA that he uses the Elliott waves a lot.
Yeah, and he, he's very humble as well, and I think that he's got good karma as well. So
And he's got
I
good
like,
karma. He's got clean energy.
yeah, I like to follow the people that have good karma and clean energy,
Right.
with grounded people, like yourself, and I aim to be that person as well.
Right. Right.
Um, I wouldn't follow a really unbalanced psychic, or I wouldn't try to follow. I try not to follow, some crazy TA person that's like
Right.
totally in love with Litecoin, for example, and has 95% of the portfolio in Litecoin, um,
Yeah.
or something like that, or someone who's obsessed with Ripple or whatever.
Right. Right. Although I mean, it depends what you want. I mean, you could put all your money in Bitcoin. You're still going to make way more money than most people doing stocks.
Yeah,
All
unless
right, last question I got for you. Thoughts on silver? Are we ever going to break free of the manipulation? When's the silver moonshot going to happen? Crypto Dragon, what's up with the silver?
yeah, silver. Gosh, yeah, I've got some, and what just a bit. I keep using mine as a security deposit to like borrow a little bit of money off people to get into crypto, and I give them the silver as a deposit and give them 10% of the investment maybe or something like that.
That's a good
And
idea. That's a good idea.
yeah. So you can use your silver like yeah. That's what I've been doing basically because I I don't. The silver's just like it's been doing nothing. So I didn't want to sell it because you lose a lot of money when you sell silver as well.
Right.
Um, you lose less when you sell gold, but um, I haven't personally tuned into silver and gold too much, but I do resonate with the other psychics in the and also Paul Poloni, some of the chart guys. I feel it will move this year,
Me too.
if
Me
not
too.
next year at the absolute latest. But I feel it will move this year, and I kind of resonate with one psychic that says gold might move first. Something is going to happen in the stock markets that will make gold have a move. So I think gold could potentially have a small move first, well, a move first, followed by silver. So I do have a very small amount of gold, maybe just less than £1,000 of gold, so I might wait to sell that and then till it goes, and then I'll sell it into either silver or cryptocurrency or maybe property towards a nicer property or an electric vehicle. So that's when will it move? When will it move? Um, uh, I feel like it should have had a move by October. That's just coming from my own guides in this moment. I can't actually remember what the other psychics have said, but you can follow Michelle Whitedove. I think that's a free post from her, or Upsava as well. Upsava's maybe got some information. Although J-Snip4 struck her off recently because he felt like she had a bit too much of an ego. I don't know, what energy do you feel from Upsava? Have you checked her out?
I haven't followed her at all, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe tune in and let me know what you get on Upsava. I'd reach out to her and see if she wants to do anything together, but she seems to not really be up for that. So
Right.
uh, I feel like Sharon Michelle. I feel like she will, and also I really want to help her with her health because Sharon suffers from fatigue and things like that, and I think so I'd like to reach out to her and maybe we can work together because I have some methods actually of really getting a very efficient and accurate readings on coins, and also not just that, I know the type of questions to ask to get the results that we want. So, for example, she's channeled that she sees Digibyte going to $9 by the end of the year and then coming back down to $8, which is huge, huge. Whereas that doesn't tell people what it's going to do in the short term. So me and my team, I've got about 3 people in my team two of the psychics basically. One of them is well, actually, there's four. One of them's a theta healer. They connect directly with the energy of creation, with God. So that's a very clear channel. Then there's another girl. I don't know what kind of energy she works with, but she's very accurate. And then there's a guy who potentially channels extraterrestrials, who also know their stuff. But so yeah, so we've come together to we've basically all got a pretty similar figure, which is for Digibyte we're seeing around 30 cents in the next 30 days, actually, by the end of June, and potentially.
That's almost a 10x.
Yeah, that's an 8x. Yeah, that's about an 8x. So I hope that comes true. I really do. You know, May's usually a good month, and if you look at the chart for Digibuy, last May it did have a huge surge in May. So we could see a repeat of that starting in the next few days, or in the start of June, and over the space of like 7 to 10 days, we could see that. Go from its current price to 30 cents,
Yeah, a big thing with Digibuy too is that people want to be able to buy lots of, like, it's the price per unit bias. Like, oh, I can buy a coin instead of buying a whole Bitcoin for $8,000. I can buy, I can buy, 2,000 Digibyte. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Like, imagine if Digibyte gets added to like Coinbase or something, or they added to Kraken. Imagine what's going to happen if something like Digibyte with that price per unit and they add it to like something like Coinbase. It would just skyrocket.
Exactly. It could be insane. I mean, so basically, just to put that into perspective for the viewers, if you was to invest, let's say just £1,000 in Digibyte right now, you would have potentially $8,000 in just 30 days.
Yeah.
If that happens, right? So right. We will see. I don't even want to give my prediction on Litecoin, but because that's kind of even more far out than the Digibyte prediction in that it just Litecoin's just so. And actually, this prediction could actually just not happen because of the manipulation. But there's different ways of tuning in. You can do a future reading, or you can just tune into the market feeling, the whole feeling of the market, and it's all different ways. Anyway, I'll just give the prediction. Anyway, we do see Litecoin between 500 and 700 by the end of June. So that would be
just do like a 5x.
That would be that'd be more like a 3.8x.
Well, it's at 130 right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to go to what?
Between 5 and 700.
Oh, between 5. But yeah, if it went to 700, that's basically a 5. That's like a 5x.
If it was 700, then what would that? Would that be a 5x? Would it?
That'd be close. Like, see, 700 divided by, it's like a 130 right now. Let's see here. Divided by, come on, 130. Yeah, that'd be a 5x if it went to 700. Okay.
Yeah, still not as good as Digi.
But you're not. But you ain't gonna complain.
No, not at all. No.
As Jason Moore says. But yeah, you ain't gonna complain.
Yeah, right, yeah. And then we've got Redcoin, which we've this is again come from me and my team. We've got 13 cents on Redcoin. No, wait. I can't see the numbers. I don't know. I think no, it was. I don't think it was 13 cents. Well, basically, I don't know how many cents it was, but we saw a 13x gain on Redcoin. So yeah. What is it at now, Redcoin? You got.
I would have to look it up. I don't have it. I don't have it on my Blockfolio here. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, I can just search it now. Let's see. I've just got deep brain chain up. Let's just do a refresh on that, see if we can see any numbers. I use numbers as well. I see numbers and I use numerology.
Redcoin's at 0.007.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's at about 2/3 of a penny.
Okay. 2/3 of a penny.
Or more, it's closer to 3/4. It's more like 3/4 of a penny.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Anyway, we saw. I think it was a 13x gain on that. So that's the highest X gain that we've got from any of the channelings. I haven't done a channeling on Theta. I know Michelle's got a report out on Theta, which does give some more short-term price points for Theta. It's quite expensive, the report, and personally, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd advise purchasing it, but I'm not going to not advise purchasing it because I don't want to. Just choose your own intuition if you want that. But
Right.
yeah. Yeah, they're the only prices we've got. So yeah, basically, so that's what I was saying about Sharon Michelle. Basically, it's asking also questions about more short-term questions, so you can get an idea, or you can ask, for example, will DigiByte have a significant move before Redcoin, or will Redcoin have a significant move before DigiByte, and then you can get an idea of which coins to be in at which time, and then you can use the psychic abilities to do swing trades, which could be incredibly profitable. So yeah, I'm hoping to team up with her because her psychic ability is incredibly clear and probably clearer than mine. So I spend a lot of time in fast oxidation for those nutritional balancing people listening, and my mind races a little bit. So it's hard to get me, to sit down and meditate, and that's when I get the most clarity. And but to get me into that state is.
You've become more grounded, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm working on it, definitely.
Yeah, I can tell that you're making progress, for sure.
Yeah.
And then with silver, you guys, I do think silver will break free this year. I like silver personally just a hedge against crypto. So if you 50x your money in crypto, there's nothing wrong with shaving a little money off, put it into the
Yes.
silver fund.
Without a doubt, especially what I will say to the viewers as well is I'm going to be taking some profits somewhere in June, mainly because I need some money. I've totally spent everything I've got on crypto, and that's because I know that I'm receiving some more money in the future. I definitely wouldn't have done that if I didn't have a bit of silver and some money coming in and already a house. But I have got all those things, so I have gone all out on it because I know where it's going. But yeah, so I'm going to be taking some profits mid-June because I feel like there will be a correction somewhere in June, and I do need some money. So if you wanted to if you have a massive portfolio, if you wanted to take some profits, then you can message me on the Crypto Dragon Patreon, and I can tell you when. If I've tuned into a possible exit date around then, and then I'll be taking profits probably some more in the end of November. I think we'll have a huge run in November, and then maybe a little correction sometime in October. So I'll be taking some profits then. Then I'll be reinvesting some of that back in November, and then I'll be taking out the whole totality of my portfolio, basically. I'll be taking out the totality of my Litecoin somewhere towards the end of January because I feel like Litecoin will correct and dump sooner than some of the other coins. And then I'll be looking to sell the totality of my portfolio somewhere around in February, probably at the start of February. I'll just sell completely out because it's just, without a doubt, it's going to dump like it did every year around February. So So you know, there's no reason for me not to do that. As far as I know, unless you could think of anything, Luke. And then I'll just put it all back in, you know, somewhere around May or something. And that gives me a whole stress-free. That gives me a complete period from the start of February to maybe the start of May, just completely stress-free. Just like I'm completely out of the market. Just relax completely.
I'm gonna play it by ear. You know, if we do, if we see on these big run ups, like if we send a big run up at the end of June, I will scrape off some profits into silver. There's these other massive run ups in the fall or whatever. And silver hasn't moved much. I will scrape off more profits into silver. I don't see myself completely exiting the market at any point. It depends on the situation too. If we're in a situation where we're in hyperinflation and you don't really want to hold dollars, and also depends how much money you have in cryptos. Like, you know, if we're in if the dollars, if there's a crisis, you know, with the fiat currencies, and yeah, cryptos are going down, but then what, you're going to store it in dollars in the meantime, and there's like the banking system has issues, and you can't really sell into silver because what are you going to do? You're gonna, if you have a big portfolio, what you're gonna sell for millions of dollars with the silver, and like what, you're gonna get a giant vault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it depends. I usually
But
just play it by ear.
I think the thing.
I don't see myself probably sell. I'll take profits probably, but I don't see myself selling. You know, definitely all of it. I'm more of a holder. I don't. You know,
Yeah.
I don't do as much trading like that. But
Yeah, totally. It's just if you look at the markets I mean, and I'm only going to take, you know, I'm only going to take like I'll probably take 3,000 profit out in end of June, and then I'll take maybe an extra like 5,000 out, and then stick that back in. So I'm not really going to do any trading around there. I'm not really into that. I'm more of a hodler, but it's just logical if you look at the Bitcoin chart, what it's done every year around. I'm just getting the chart up now. You know, around say, you know, like January 3rd, that was an early one. It had a dump there. Yeah, it just dumps hugely, you know, and it's going to jump hugely again. So for me, it's like, why wouldn't I sell the totality of my portfolio? It's not just suddenly going to change around that time and go up like way higher. It's I mean, I won't dump it all at once. I'll take profit where big amount where I think the top is, and you know, keep taking more profits as maybe it does continue to go down. But knowing that it's going to dump as much as it has done before, you know, I'll be definitely taking that into consideration, and I'll be storing some of that in, you know, I could go into sterling using Kraken. I'm not sure if Kraken still has that, but I could go into euros. I could either go into euros, dollars, sterling, or I could even look for a cryptocurrency that's backed by silver or gold. Tune into one of those.
That's a good thing. I think we're gonna have better stable coins. So, you know, the first one was Tether, but now they're releasing these new next generation stable coins that are either tied to the dollar or tied to the gold. So I think this next time around, it's gonna be easier. You don't necessarily have to sell your cryptos for actual dollars in a bank account or anything like that. You can just sell it for a stable coin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting actually. And you'll be able to these stable coins you can put on your Trezor.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So yeah,
wow. That would be amazing, especially if we could tune into one that's good. Because I will say that Cliff High said he's seen some of them, you know, being just disappearing and, you know, not being that good. So be careful, definitely. And I looked at the DGD team once, and God, that was a horrible team. There was this one guy, and he like looked so evil. Like he just looked like some like, oh man, he was like creepy, really bad.
One you should check out. It seems the best project to me is Maker.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the website's like MakerDAO. So it's like Maker MakerDAO, MakerDAO. And it's a USD stable coin like Tether, but it's like more decentralized, and it's an ERC20 token.
Okay, is that MKR?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
check it out. It seems to be. I don't completely feel safe in it yet because it's not been around long enough. I want to see if it gets hacked or anything, but it seems to be the best
Yeah.
project as far as USD stable coins.
I am seeing some very good numbers around that as I view it. Um, yeah, I can see that it's at 600 and
Well,
$60.
that's the DAO. So it has the maker DAO coin, and then there's the I don't know what they call, but then there's a separate coin, and that's the one that just tracks the dollar.
Okay, so this is actually like separate to that, and this is a bit more volatile. This one is it just the maker
Right, that one
coin?
is actually like one you can invest in, I think.
Okay,
And then it
right.
has the one that they actually use on the exchanges, and it's
I
an
wondered why.
ERC.
Yeah, I wondered why I was seeing bullish numbers around that as well. Then because it looks like this coin could potentially have some gains actually.
Yeah, it seems to be a good project. And then the other one is like the ERC. It's an ERC20 token, but since it's an ERC20 token, you can actually you can plug USD the token into any decentralized exchange. So they could have USD pairs on any decentralized exchange because it's an ERC20 token. It's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, check it out. That might be a good one to take profits into. It seems to be better than Tether for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, man. Well, I think that about wraps it up. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so. I'm considering shooting out the door and going to dance. Maybe I don't know. Didn't go yesterday, so
Yeah.
uh, yeah. No, unless there's anything you want to say about nutritional balancing science, the ultimate diet and healing program in the world. I don't know if you want to you want to release any information or your name
Yeah,
or the
you guys.
fact.
I mean, people know my name. I mean, this what YouTube channel is my name. Basically a
Yeah.
public figure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in the nutrition stuff, me and this other guy, Lewis, run a YouTube site called Deep Healing Space. That's more based around the nutrition and the development science. The we kind of teach. That's my main business. That's how I make most of my income. That's kind of the business that I've built and what I'm most passionate about, and what I will probably do with a lot of my crypto profits is I will continue to build businesses around that. So yeah, check that out. And then so I got one more question. Final thing is Crypto Dragon. If someone's got $100 to throw into crypto right now, where do they do it? I'm gonna say Digibyte because it's the easiest to buy and we like the risk reward and you can store it on your Trezor. I'm gonna say Digibyte. You got $100. You're new to the game. If you want to go all out, you could do 100% Digibyte, or you could do like 50% Digibyte, 50% Litecoin. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, you could. If I wasn't psychic, I'd say that that's a risk to put all of your money in one coin. I'd say that it does feel okay to me, with the knowledge that I have. But I potentially to diversify a little bit and also potentially get even higher gains. I'd be looking at like something like 80% in Digi, and then maybe 5% in Redcoin, 5% in Litecoin, 5% in uh, Beta, and maybe 5% in something like Stellar or
I like it.
what.
I like
Hmm.
it. I like it. All right, well, that's about it. I hope you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed the
Just
video.
quickly, I just want to say, the nutrition stuff that Luke does is phenomenal. I do that program myself, nutritional balancing science, and the website is DRL Wilson if you want to read about the stuff, and then if you want to go further and do the hair mineral analysis and all of the other stuff that you can do with a practitioner like Luke or Lewis or I do the basic nutrition stuff myself. If you did want to chat to me, I do it on a little bit more of a sort of energetical perspective as well. I talk about elements and like root vegetables being the element of earth, and like a mango and a coconut being the element of air, rather than just broadly saying everything's yin and yang. Because also you've got watermelon, which is high water content fruit, is element of water, and then you've got ginger, which is fire. So it's like a bit more of a sort of different way of looking at it.
Right.
But phenomenal stuff. I really do. If you want to develop yourself, you want to feel more relaxed and just have a generally higher vitality and even potentially more wealth and abundance through bringing your energy down into your base chakra, which is the, the seat of survival and abundance. All of this self-development and cleaning your energy and your karma is all very good for the gains as well, not just
Right.
your own well-being.
Right. Right, and I agree. And it lets you, and then, and it becoming more grounded. You're not as attached to the volatility because people become
Yeah,
attached. My portfolio just went down or up 50% in a day, and it helps
yeah,
you not be so attached to that.
yeah. Like, oh, I just lost $250,000. Oh well,
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and then we'll have you on again, maybe in a couple of weeks, or we'll do like a monthly or a weekly thing.
Yeah, all right, brilliant. Thanks, Luke. Thanks for facilitating this, and
All
thanks
right.
for you, and speak to you soon.
All right. Bye, everyone.